This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Stage is set for final phase of Lok Sabha polling, 57 parliamentary constituencies across 7 states and a union territory to go to polls tomorrow. Political fate of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur, Congress leader Vikramaditya Singh and TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee to be sealed in EVMs. Severe heatwave continues unabated in northern and eastern parts of the country. Several people killed in Odisha and Bihar following heat stroke. In Manipur, flash flood continues to wreak havoc. 3 killed and over 1,88,000 people affected. US allows Ukraine to strike certain targets inside Russia with its weapons. And in Singapore Badminton Open, Indian duo Treesa and Gayatri Gopichand storms into the semifinals. The polling stage for the Lok Sabha elections is reaching its completion as the 7th and final phase of the elections begins tomorrow in 57 Lok Sabha constituencies across 7 states and union territory. In this phase, 13 Lok Sabha seats in Uttar Pradesh, 13 seats in Punjab, 9 seats in West Bengal, 8 seats in Bihar, 6 seats in Odisha, 4 seats in Himachal Pradesh, 3 seats in Jharkhand, and 1 parliamentary constituency in Chandigarh will go to polls. The voting will begin at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Political fate of prominent leaders including Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi, BJP leader and Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur, and Congress leader Vikramaditya Singh, as well as TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee, will be sealed in the EVMs. Elaborate arrangements have been made by the Election Commission to ensure smooth and transparent voting in these areas. Basic facilities ranging from shade, drinking water, ramps, toilets, wheelchairs to electricity will be in place to ensure that every voter, including the elderly and persons with disabilities, can cast their vote with ease. State chief electoral officers, district election officers, and state machineries have been advised to take adequate measures to manage hot weather conditions. Security has also been beefed up in the polling areas to avoid any untoward incident and ensure free and fair polls. In Punjab, all the preparations for the polling for the Lok Sabha elections tomorrow have been completed. The departure of the election staff for polling stations has started this morning. We have a report.
A total of 24,451 polling stations have been set up for the voters in the state. Among these, 16,517 are located in rural areas and 7,934 are located in urban areas. In different districts, election officials are dispatching the polling staff with electronic voting machines and other equipment. All the polling stations will be fully prepared by this evening and voting will be held tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tight security arrangements have also been made at the polling stations and additional number of police and central force personnel have been deployed at sensitive and hypersensitive polling stations. Shishu Sharma Shantal, Akashvani News, Jalandhar.
Tomorrow, 9 seats will go to the polls in West Bengal. The Commission is all prepared to do a free and fair election. People are eager to participate in the festival of democracy. We have more from a correspondent.
9 seats will go to poll tomorrow in West Bengal, spanning North and South 24 Parganas districts and Kolkata. The Election Commission has taken all possible measures for a free and fair election. Total 124 candidates' fate will be decided. Besides, by-election for the Baranagar Assembly constituency will be held tomorrow. 967 companies of CAPF and more than 33,000 state police personnel will be deployed in the poll process. The Election Commission has taken all possible measures for any disruption in the voting process due to rain tomorrow. After Cyclone Remal damaged many polling stations, the Commission has restored the infrastructure on a war footing. Kalyan Laha, Akashvani News, Kolkata.
The Income Tax Department has seized a record 1,100 crore rupees in cash and jewellery during the ongoing Lok Sabha elections. According to the official sources, this marks a 182% increase compared to 390 crore rupees seized during the 2019 general elections. The Delhi High Court has transferred the plea challenging the arrest of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's close aide Bibhav Kumar in the Swati Maliwal assault case to the roster bench hearing cases involving members of parliament and members of legislative assemblies. Justice Navin Chawla directed that the case can be heard by the judge assigned to MP and MLA matters, as the complainant in the case is a Rajya Sabha member. Justice Swan Kanta Sharma, the roster judge for criminal cases involving sitting and former MPs and MLAs, is expected to hear the matter later today. A Delhi court sent owner of the baby care newborn hospital in judicial custody where 7 children were recently killed in a massive fire and a co-accused to 14-day. Hospital owner Dr. Naveen Kichi was arrested in the wake of the tragedy at the private hospital along with an employee who was on duty at that time. The employee was also sent to judicial custody for the same period. Naveen Kichi meanwhile has moved a bail plea which will come up for hearing on the 3rd of June. In Karnataka, Hassan, JDS Member of Parliament facing sex abuse charges, Prajwal Revanna was arrested in Bangalore International Airport last night after his arrival from Munich. The special investigation team took Prajwal Revanna in custody and will be producing him before the court and interrogate him about the sexual abuse charges against him. Prajwal Revanna had filed anticipatory bail pleas at the Principal City and Sessions Court for elected representatives, and it is posted for hearing today. In Jammu and Kashmir, an exchange of fire took place between terrorists and security forces yesterday in Mara village of Baflias area of Poonch district. Akashvani Jammu correspondent reports that late last night, the security forces received specific input about the presence of some terrorists in the area. A search operation was launched by the police and the army in the area of Mara village of Baflias near Dehra Ki Gali in Surankote subdivision of Poonch district. More details are awaited. In Jammu and Kashmir, the death toll following yesterday's accident is mounted to 22. The mishap occurred when an overloaded bus carrying pilgrims sailing from Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan to Shiv Kheri in Riyasi district rolled down into a deep gorge in Akhnur area of Jammu district. 69 others were injured following the accident. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Lok Nirnay 2024, a special program on the general elections, every evening at 7
and repeat broadcast at 9:30 p.m. on Akashvani Gold.
Updates of election activities, insights from regions and constituencies, expert opinion and analysis
in the world's largest festival of democracy.
Stay tuned to Lok Prasarak ke saath, Lok Nirnay 2024.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Midday News. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today said the national capital is facing water shortage due to higher demand of water in the hot summer days. He has urged the neighbouring BJP-ruled states of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh to cooperate in fulfilling the water requirement of Delhi in this crisis situation. In a social media post, Mr. Kejriwal said this time the entire country is experiencing unprecedented heat, leading to reduced water and electricity supply across the country. If BJP asks its governments in Haryana and UP to provide water to Delhi for a month, it would provide great relief to the people and would be highly appreciated. Mr. Kejriwal also said that BJP's protest against AAP on the issue of water shortage would not solve this crisis. Meanwhile, BJP today held a protest march in front of Delhi Secretariat over the water crisis situation in the national capital. BJP candidate from New Delhi Lok Sabha seat, Basuri Swaraj, alleged that AAP government has created an artificial water crisis. She said Delhi Jal Board was in the profit of 600 crore rupees in 2013 and currently it is in the loss of 73,000 crore rupees.
वाटर का जो एक्शन प्लान है ये मार्च में ही बन जाना चाहिए था। आईएमडी ने पहले ही प्रिडिक्ट कर दिया था कि दिल्ली में भीषण गर्मी होने वाली थी। मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ माननीय मंत्री आदिशी जी से, इन्होंने तब कोई कदम क्यों नहीं लिए? और ये वो सरकार है जो मुफ्त पानी की बात करती थी, आज दिल्ली एक एक बूंद के लिए तरस रही है।
In Manipur, the flash flood continues to wreak havoc and Imphal city has been badly affected by the flood. 3 persons have died in different flood-related incidents so far, while 1 person is missing. Army and central forces have been engaging in rescue works and affected families have taken shelter in relief camps. We have more from an Imphal correspondent.
The State Water Resources Minister said that more than 188,000 persons have been affected by the flash flood in Manipur. The low-lying dwelling areas and major roads in Imphal city are submerged in water. The government has opened 56 relief camps for the flood-affected families and providing necessary items to them. The repairing of river bank, tackling of bridges and overflow of key rivers flowing in Imphal Valley is continuing. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh convened a review meeting with ministers and top officials last night and discussed on flood situation. Chief Minister also inspected the rescue operation going on in Imphal city. JJ Thoksom, Akashvani News, Imphal.
In Bihar, 29 people have died and more than 200 fell ill due to heat stroke. Official sources said the deaths have occurred in the last 24 hours. Maximum 12 deaths occurred in Aurangabad district, where mercury has soared to above 48 degrees Celsius. 6 deaths have been reported in Bhojpur district, whereas 4 each in Rohtas and Jahanabad. 1 each casualty reported from Buxar, Arwal and Nalanda districts, where 1 polling staff and 2 home guard jawans deputed in election duty succumbed to death due to heat stroke. In Jahanabad, 4 teachers were declared brought dead at a hospital after losing consciousness due to heat stroke. The Met Department has predicted intense heat wave conditions for southwestern and south central regions of the state for the next 24 hours. In the past 48 hours, northern and eastern parts of the state have received pre-monsoon showers, giving much-needed reprieve from the scorching heat. In Odisha, 14 people died of suspected heat stroke in Sundargarh district as the mercury shot up in most parts of the eastern state. As per reports, 10 persons died at the Raurkela Government Hospital within a span of 6 hours last afternoon. 4 persons died at Sundargarh district headquarters hospital on account of heat wave. Odisha is going through an intense heat wave conditions. Talking to Akashvani News, senior scientist R.K. Janamani said,
May update from IMD heat wave to severe heat wave continue to prevail over Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and also develop over Odisha, continue over Chhattisgarh and Vidarbha. However, there has been a gradual fall 1 to 2 degree over northwest and central India. For 1st and 2nd June, we have also issued heat wave warning with a gradual reduction of the temperature. Orange color warning will continue for Bihar and East UP for today and tomorrow. Also for the Punjab, we have issued orange color warning for 1st June. We have issued thunderstorm and dust storm warning over Delhi and northwest India on evening or afternoon of 1st June.
Keeping view of the ongoing severe heat wave conditions in the national capital, a special red zone has been designated at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital RML for heat stroke patients in Delhi. Talking to media, RML Head of Emergency Medicine, Dr. Seema Balkrishna Wasnik, said that the red zone contains inflatable tubs filled with ice and water to help bring down the patient's temperature as soon as possible. She added the patients under critical conditions are intubated and put on a ventilator for immediate treatment. Dr. Wasnik noted that swift treatment to heat stroke is vital as it brings down chances of mortality.
Treatment of heat stroke should be started as soon as possible. Otherwise, the mortality goes up to 80%. And if we manage the patient early, mortality can go as down as 10%.
In Singapore Badminton Open 2024, the Indian women's pair of Treesa and Gayatri Gopichand made it to the semifinals after beating Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong of South Korea today. Jolie and Gopichand beat their opponents 18-21, 21-19, 24-22 in the women's doubles quarterfinal match. The game lasted for 1 hour and 19 minutes. US President Joe Biden's administration has given Ukraine permission to strike certain areas inside Russia with US-provided weapons. According to media report, Washington allowed Kyiv to use US-provided weapons to counter fire purposes and solely against sites near Russia's border with Ukraine's eastern Kharkiv region. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Stage is set for the final phase of Lok Sabha polling, 57 parliamentary constituencies across 7 states and a union territory to go to polls tomorrow. Political fate of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur, Congress leader Vikramaditya Singh and TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee to be sealed in EVMs. Severe heat wave continues unabated in northern and eastern parts of the country. Several people killed in Odisha and Bihar following heat stroke. In Manipur, flash flood continues to wreak havoc. 3 killed and over 188,000 people affected. US allows Ukraine to strike certain targets inside Russia with its weapons. And in Singapore Badminton Open, Indian duo of Treesa and Gayatri Gopichand storms into the semi-final. And with that, we end the midday news.